Good morning, good people. My name is Brian Nwaokolo. I'm a postulant of the Capuchin Franciscans, and I live in the Blessed Solanus Friary in Colorado Springs. So the crowning of Jesus with thorns has always had a humbling effect on me, and I thought to share a reflection on it. Prior to this, Jesus had been falsely accused by a Jewish tribunal, scourged and eventually condemned to die by Pontius Pilate. But this wasn't enough. The soldiers who were to carry out this sentence thought it necessary to mock the kingship of Christ. Scripture tells us that he was dressed in a purple robe, a crown of thorns was placed on his head, and they repeatedly struck Jesus on the head with a reed. They genuflected before him, pretending to pay him homage with the words, "Hail, King of the Jews." Jesus, through all of this, did not utter a word. He could have responded in a number of extraordinary ways, but he chose to keep his eyes fixed on doing the will of his Father, for love of the Father and for love of us. As Jesus said in John 4:34, doing the will of him who sent me and bringing his work to completion is my food. Now let us take a second to think about the times when we have knowingly refused to be virtuous, but chose to be smart and selfish. Let us think about the times we chose to emotionally or physically wound another simply to make a point. Let us think about the times we chose to satisfy our passions for food, for the flesh, whatever it may be, rather than obey the commandments of Christ. The times when we exalted ourselves and our will over God's will, or refused to take the lordship of Christ over our lives seriously. The times our actions were sadly similar to those of the Roman soldiers. Perhaps we can begin today to become more like Jesus and less like ourselves, to die to ourselves for the sake of the Father's will. This is difficult. The spirit sometimes is willing, but the body is weak. So let us turn to God in humble prayer, asking him for the grace to have our hearts set on doing his will in every circumstance of our lives. My friends, remember that we are praying for you. God bless you.